Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
And now, another edition of Wrestling with Attitude from Charlotte, North Carolina, the best wrestling podcast out there today. With your host, the intellectual savior of the masses, The Summit.
If we have any 6'5" women that are interested, Steven Singlesley, D-Generation Sex, Bo Generation.
And the mouth of the Carolinas, Little Steven.
Don't be talking to the 18-day champion like that. Bo, conversationalist person. Bo, horrible.
The former 6-month champ, the Melting Pot, JP.
Just go back and do that, RVD. Go back to Philadelphia. I'm sure there's a bingo hall. You could sweep the floors, give the old ladies another marker.
Little Steve. And this man makes Wrestling Attitude live to his standards. Dirty Dutch.
I mean, I liked watching Justin Gabriel until he got whooped by Goldberg. You ruined my core.
Yeah. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and Spreaker.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and tweet us at WWA Show. Wrestling with Attitude.
I love that every week. That gets better and better.
It does. It gets really better and better.
Yeah, my core.
You ruined my core.
God, that might be the best sweep I ever made. Or editing job I ever made.
Editing job.
Yeah. Welcome to Wrestling Attitude this week. We got a good show. Dirty Dutch isn't here, as you can see. And you can catch us live on video this week.
Yeah, we're on live. We're on video. Hey.
There we go. The nerds herself are back in the office.
Yep.
Anyway, and of course, the Melting Pot is not here this week. It's not a main event yet, so he's not here. He'll be here next week. He's on that Brock Lesnar contract. He shows up when he wants to.
Actually, I feel like he has... I think Brock Lesnar's on his contract now because I feel like Brock Lesnar's made more appearances than JP has.
JP, what did you got to say?
I'm working a Brock Lesnar contract to come back for pay-per-views and big matches only.
Exactly. That's exactly what I just said. And
I have now become the Brock Lesnar of Wrestling with Attitude.
wow. He is the Brock Lesnar of Wrestling with Attitude.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you become the champ. You get hungry and you want to become, a champ and not work at it.
That's true. I just don't feel so dirty today.
Well, that's because Dirty Dutch isn't here.
That's true. Dirty Dutch is not here. But me and the mouth of the Carolinas, Steven, is here. Little Steven. Not big Steven, little Steven.
Yeah, little Steven, not the big one. He's somewhere.
Is there a big one?
Yeah.
That's horrible. All right.
So,
what's up?
I know, we normally, get into the show and stuff, but let's talk about the Hall of Fame for a second, since we've been opening with that.
Well, we have, and it's a big deal. Listen. All right, so this week, Larry Zbyszko was introduced as being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I'm okay
well
with it.
Deserved.
This is the one guy I'm okay with out of everybody besides Macho Man. Even Medusa deserves it. She deserves it as well. But if anybody, he deserves it. Besides Macho Man, this is another guy that should have been in there years ago. Should have been in the Hall of Fame years ago. I mean, look at his titles. I mean, he held the WCW Tag Team Champions and the WWE Tag Team Champions.
Well, he was he started out with Bruno Sammartino too.
Yeah.
He was WWF Tag Team Champions one time with Tony Gurria. He's had 5-star matches. He had a 5-star match. Listen to this 5-star match. Him with Ric Flair, Barry Windham, and Sid Vicious versus Brian Pillman, Sting, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner in War Games.
When the heck was that? Brian Pillman and Sting?
It was War Games. It's at Wrestle War. I remember this one.
Wow.
But yeah, he's had countless, actually this 5-star matches was during the Dangerous Alliance.
Oh.
He was in Dangerous Alliance.
Oh, that actually okay.
He had the feud of the year 1980 with Bruno. He was a hell of a heel. He was USA Championship Wrestling champion, Southern Championship Wrestling, PWI Pro Wrestling Illustrated. He was 1974 Rookie of the Year.
Oh wow. Yeah, because he had a whole thing with Double A, didn't he? He had a whole thing with Arn Anderson. Like they were
tag team partners.
Yeah,
too. He was AWA World Heavyweight Champion twice.
Yeah.
He was America's Heavyweight Champion once. He did it all. Georgia, Jim Crockett, WCW World Tag Team Champion with Arn Anderson. He was a television champion once. He won all the belts, but at least he was a heavyweight champion at one point.
He also had a lot to do with WCW in the 90s.
Well, because he was the voice of WCW during that time, too. But to me, the living legend, that's where it started, Larry Zbyszko.
Yeah. That's why I'm surprised he's now just getting in. But I've noticed.
I'm not.
Well, because if you noticed, like on all the documentaries and stuff on the WWE Network, he's in a lot of the stuff now. Like he's been in like on the Monday Night Wars. They've had him on a lot of stuff lately. And that kind of made me think, like, is this guy going to be inducted? Because I felt like they've been really he's been a part of a lot of the newer stuff lately. They've had him, like, do a lot of documentaries lately in the WWE Network. So, because I'm starting to see that. Like, when you see older guys come back that haven't been inducted yet, I feel like, it's foreshadowing, like, we might see them get inducted soon.
Well, I think he also... he recently signed a Legends contract too.
Good.
But he worked for the company for a while too. I think backstage and talent.
Yeah.
He's a roadie basically, helping out the young guys.
Well, that's good. No, I mean he needs to. I mean, I think he. The one thing I like about this is that he deserves it. I mean, we just talked about all of his accolades. He's got a lot of accomplishments in. I mean, he worked for like what? God, 5-6 different companies. I'm not talking territories. I'm talking just he did WCW, he did WWE, he did AWA, and he did NWA. I mean, he's done like all of these different places, and he deserves it. I mean, I am. I'm really surprised that they are now just putting him in. Same thing with Bruno, and him and Bruno should have been in like 5 years ago, in my opinion. But
No, I agree with you. They're in the Hall of Fame. That's all that matters.
yeah,
All right?
yeah. I'm sorry to think that
You're complaining. Like I told you before, you go in certain time, certain place. This year's class, okay? Look, I don't agree with Rikishi. I don't agree with Bushwhackers. But I agree with Arnold, Alundra Blaze, and Larry Zbyszko. For this class, that's it. You got the Macho Man. You need a less than star-studded class to go into Macho Man.
Yeah.
You don't need to put Macho Man and Sting in at the same time. Like next year, Undertaker and Sting go in at the same time. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and then you do guys that was mid-card to IC, tag team champions. That's what you do. Or you do a tag team that's never won a WWE Tag Team Championship. Next year we'll put in Trevor Murdoch and Lance Cade, who actually won tag team titles.
I don't even think they qualify yet to be put in the.
Why not? They were tag team champions. They were more talented than the Bushwhackers. Speaking of which, the Bushwhackers are being inducted by John Laurinaitis.
Oh,
There
yeah,
you go.
because that's one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
I did hear that. Oh, it's already been confirmed. Larry Zbyszko's going to be inducted by Bruno.
Good.
Sammartino.
Yeah.
Of course, Rikishi will be inducted by the Usos. And Macho Man's being inducted by Hogan.
Yeah.
Which I'm still...
Now, what about Alundra
Well,
Blaze?
his brother, they haven't announced yet.
Okay.
His brother will accept the award.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah. The genius will be talking
But
again.
this isn't it though. They've got one more
I-
because they
That's 5. I mean, that's 6 right there.
well normally
that's
they
6.
say at
That's
the
6
end.
right there.
Normally they say this will be the last inductee. They said he's the latest inductee. So
They might add Nash next week,
I think they're
and then
gonna.
that's it. I don't know if you add him yet.
Just add him. Get it over with because you know what's going to happen next year.
Yeah. Well, don't forget you got 7 technically because you got Connor the Crusher.
Yeah, I think that's more of, but that's a different award though. That's
Well, it
that-
is,
and
but
I just hope that's something.
it's going to be an induction speech.
Yeah,
So it's going to be Dana Warrior, the Warrior's wife, and Daniel Bryan's going to induct
good.
Connor in it. So, which makes sense.
Yeah,
That's good for them though.
no, that's a good thing for them to do.
So you done crushing the life and dreams of the Hall of Fame?
yeah,
I mean, you know, Larry Sabisco deserves to be in it.
I'm glad they finally did that though. Like I'm good with Larry Sabisco. It's just I'm done with saying they should have been in earlier. At least they're in the Hall of Fame. You're right. I
Exactly.
mean, as long as they get in the Hall of Fame, as long as we see. Look, I won't complain anymore if we see Rick Rude next year. If we see Rick Rude next 5 years,
You probably
as long as he
will.
gets in.
You'll probably see him. You'll see the Honky Tonk Man at some point. But there's a time and place that they get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The right time, right place.
Yeah.
This year it's the Macho Man. You know, we always say, I wish it was 5 years earlier, or 10. You know what? It works out for a reason.
Yeah, no, it does.
So, I mean, I think it's a perfect place. California, WrestleMania 31. You know, it's going to be, it's the right place. I mean, only better place to do it would be back in Florida. That's
Yeah.
why I thought is when they go back to Florida, they would induct them. Because you like to induct the Hall of Fame number 1 guy into his hometown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they normally do. Well, it was like with, what was it, in Georgia? Shawn Michaels was in Georgia, even though, I would have liked to see them send.
In Texas.
Yeah, but I mean.
That was different, though,
like-
because it was his
Yeah.
last match, just like Edge.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't really save Florida for Macho Man because next time they go to Florida, it'll be The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to do it wherever you can.
Yeah, well, I don't
Because
think.
it doesn't matter where you have it for Macho Man. People's going to come to it.
Yeah, they don't care
just like
about
Hogan,
that.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Flair, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
All right. You good now?
Yeah, I'm
you
good.
Feel better?
You
got
better?
it out?
You
Yeah,
good?
I'm fine. You want me to play the music for you? I mean, that might be even better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to play that elevator music for you?
Okay. No,
that
I'm
better?
good.
All right, you
No, we're gonna save that for later because we're gonna talk about something again. I'm gonna go on. I'm going off on a guy again.
Not the first time you go off on a guy. All right. Anyway,
God. Give it a break.
give it a break. All right, we're going to our segment Sound Off.
WWA Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel. If the anger inside is real, sound off.
All right, this week's top 5, we did a little bit different. We wanted to go outside the box a little bit. We want to ask everybody your top 5 WrestleMania venues of all time, places they've held WrestleManias at. So that was the poll this week. By the way, you could go to WWA Show and vote on Twitter, or go to WrestleMania2.com and vote. Did you go vote?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, he did. He voted once.
Yep. It's true.